Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO44 coming at you with another video. All right, so the Lakers dropped Game 2 in Memphis, and that game score was 103-93. It's hard to watch as a Laker fan, as usual, when we don't quite play up to the standards that we expect, especially in a game like this where we really needed to take advantage of Ja being out, and we just blew it. As you can see, we only scored 93 points. I wrote down a lot of stats, so I'll dig into those for us. First of all, this is a game where you give the other team more credit than you talk about your own. At the end of the day, we did certain things that played into their hands, and they took advantage of that, and they did everything they needed to do. So you give them their credit, man. First of all, Jaren Jackson had 18 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 block, I think in 3 steals or something like that. I'm not really sure. I should have wrote that down a little better. But 5 of 12 field goals, 1 out of 3 threes, balled out. So I believe that's how I did it. I think that's rebounds, steals, and blocks. I think he had 3 blocks, but forgive me for not clarifying that. Tillman had 22 points, 13 rebounds, 3 assists on a plus 10, career high 22 points, 10 out of 13 field goals, 1 out of 2 3-point shots. Dylan Brooks had some good, bad shooting night, of course, 5 out of 14, but it was a plus 8, 12 points, 3 rebounds, 2 out of 6 threes. And we just continue to let them rock. Even though Jones was 0 for 5 from behind the arc, he was a plus 7 with 10 points, 6 rebounds, and 8 assists. Desmond Bane, 5 turnovers, 1 for 6, but ultimately was able to get us with a plus 8 with 17 points, 4 rebounds. You could clearly see, they just shot the ball well. You got to give Kennard his credit. 3 out of 4 threes, 13 points, 6 rebounds, a steal, and a plus 8. Conchar, had 2 blocks on AD that really stood out. Even David Roddy came in and hit 3 buckets from behind the arc. You just give all the credit to the team that beat us. As you can see, I'm making it a point to talk about them first because that's the respect I have for this game in regards to us. There's not a whole lot to have. The Memphis Grizzlies were the better team. That's pretty much all there is to really say, to be honest with you. But we're going to say a lot more. A whole lot more. So let's dig into the LA Lakers, the losing squad in this particular game. First of all, I want to give credit to the positive things that I appreciated. I thought LeBron James was good from start to finish. In the presence of having a bad night in regards to his plus minus, I think he gave us what we needed with the exception of the 3-point shots, which I didn't think he really... My usual problem with him going 1 for 8 from behind the arc is that he shot 8 threes to begin with. So I never am happy when he shoots as many threes. But I look at the turnovers. He only had 2 of them, which was something that I wanted him to have an emphasis on. And I like what we did in the second half with him trying his very best to take advantage of what Memphis Grizzlies' adjustment was, which was to front our guys in the paint. So we tried to, swim. I don't know what they call that, but it's like a swim motion where the guys are constantly rotating around our players, trying to both front them and play behind them, basically interchangeably, simultaneously at all times. And then they bring the weak side over to try to help. So what we would end up doing is trying to force feed the open guy who's Vanderbilt. And in some of those cases he would connect, but in others they wouldn't. So that's why I want to say, like, Memphis's adjustment, Taylor Jenkins' adjustment is what really stood out to me in terms of how he was guarding the paint. Even though we were able to figure it out and ultimately tie their point total in the paint, it was really that adjustment that the Los Angeles Lakers didn't figure out. And so I just thought that that's really what you saw. I think our team got a real good look for the very first time at actual playoff basketball, which is what made me feel really good about us playing this game. Guys like Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura, they got a taste to see what a real playoff adjustment is, and I think they learned something tonight. I think they went through a tough loss that they're going to have replayed in their mind over and over again. And I just think a guy like Austin Reeves is going to come out and play well in Game 3 because of how this game turned out. Rui, the same thing. I thought he was really good in this game, so I want to continue to give props to the good stuff, even though he was a minus 7 with 7 out of 12 field goals, 2 out of 3 from behind the arc, so he's still hitting threes, and he gave us 20 points tonight off the bench on 32 minutes, so I thought he was one of the positive things as well as there to look at. So, it wasn't all bad, man. It wasn't all bad. It was just mostly horrible, to be exact. The Los Angeles Lakers quarter scoring, he scored 19 points in the first quarter. and never scored over 30 in any quarter in this game at all. It's just pretty pathetic, to be honest with you, in regards to our offensive structuring, given the fact that we were putting offensive lineups on the floor. Our coach was trying his very best to do what he knows and believes, but unfortunately, when he does some of those things, it just leaves us at a strong disadvantage. Now, we got out to a very, very slow start because Anthony Davis was super cold, despite on this day wanting to be very aggressive. He decided to attempt 9 shots in the first quarter. He only made 1 of them, though. And that was the problem. We could not overcome the hole that he dug us in with his inefficiency. And then from there, our coach, he's going to do things that are going to hurt you just off default. So he put his rotation in that's going to just automatically eat away at you. Just every night we talk about how he puts the same rotation on the floor that works like clockwork, man. As soon as he puts this on, he puts Beasley, Schroeder, some variation of Beasley and Schroeder, or someone small next to Beasley. And then he puts Troy Brown in the game, maybe LeBron James and Rui, or Winion sometimes or whatever. But it's usually that type of backcourt and not enough weak side help to even give you a chance. You would think if he wants to put Beasley on the floor, he would surround himself with players like Bamba and AD and Rui, so that you can have that piece on the floor not eating away at any of your size. But, Darvin Ham's going to not do that. So he's going to put stuff on the floor that doubles down on not only Malik Beasley's weakness, but also things that are going to provide other weaknesses on top of Malik Beasley's weakness. So it's just an utter failure of a rotation, and he just does not relieve us of its mediocrity. So as he puts this crap on the floor, when you're already down by 7, then you immediately go down by 17, because that's what that lineup does to you every single time you see it. And then from there, it's like, well, Malik Beasley hit some shots. So in Darvin's mind, that's a cue to leave Malik Beasley out there because he's made a shot, so I guess he's hot. So let's keep him out there. And the second rotation that we bring in is not much better, even though we bring AD in. He's still down there with Malik Beasley. Bron's in, but he's still down there with Malik Beasley. So there's people attacking Malik Beasley while those guys are on the floor eating away at their plus minus because there's a hole on the floor while they're down there. So you look at this situation, it's like, okay, AD still ain't figured out his shooting woes. Bron is not exactly hot from behind the arc, and they're defending us differently, so we got to adjust to that. And then you got D'Angelo Russell, who got leaned on a little too much tonight. 30 more minutes than I actually needed him to get. 30 minutes tonight. He gave me 5 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and a plus minus of +1. But 2 of 11 from field and 1 of 5 from behind the arc. D'Angelo Russell can help me in a lot of ways, but when his foot is hurting, he don't need to be out there chasing around people like Jones and Kennard. This is ridiculous, dude. We've already discussed how bad those calluses are, so we're not going to kill him for not giving us his best when we know the situation. This is what we've been talking about for the last 2 weeks. Can we act like we know this kid is playing through injury? He's not Bron or AD. He don't have that type of talent nor athleticism. If he's hurting us. We've been talking about this for too long for this coach to still be doing stuff that just, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing, bro? It's the playoffs. And you're leaning on D'Lo like he's not hurting. You know why we didn't see Ja Morant tonight, ladies and gentlemen? Because Ja Morant knows that because he's hurting, with his right hand, which is his shooting hand, he probably couldn't help his team tonight. And you know what benefit that was to his team? A great one, because they won the basketball game. Now, it wasn't that simple because, of course, we had to do a lot of things to help them do that, and we did all of those things. But that's the point. It's like you got to help yourself. We didn't do that. We leaned on D'Angelo Russell like he was the only point guard we had, and he struggled all night long, man. 3 turnovers on top of those missed shots. So that's one problem. Like, he was just, like, not able to help himself or his team tonight, and we just let him stay down there the whole time. And then we keep on going. We look at the numbers here. You know what I mean? Just trash, bro. Austin Reeves had a solid night, but, we needed more. 12 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, -4, 5 of 12 shooting, 1 of 3. So, I mean, he was average for his standards, but it wasn't enough attention being given to him offensively. We were trying to do too many different things that did not necessarily attack those adjustments that the coach Jenkins put against us. We just didn't attack those enough. Rui Hachimura, I already gave you guys his numbers. He was fantastic. I was really pleased with that. Dennis Schroeder. And see, this is the problem that I have. Dennis Schroeder had 16 minutes, 0 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, 0 blocks, 0 steals, minus 13 was his thing. 0 for 3 field goals, 2 turnovers, 0 for 0, no 3-point shots attempted. Dennis Schroeder is a volume player for us. We've used him a certain way all year long. D'Lo is a new player on our team who is struggling, who provides new traits for us to try to overcome with his weaknesses that are unique to himself. What you've done by throwing D'Lo into the starting lineup is effectively remove Dennis Schroeder from any chance of getting in rhythm himself. And he's somebody who's already not very efficient to begin with. So you need him to be able to drive at the rim repeatedly and get to the line so he can get his 8 points from there. If you're not going to him enough to do that, if he's only attempting 3 shots, then our scheme screwed us. That's what that tells me. And granted, a lot of that has to do with Taylor Jenkins and the way he was defending the paint. But at the same time, if you're not even attempting to drive at the rim with the man, then you're not actually doing what it is that he can help you do, because that's his best attribute on the offensive end. So that right there told me that, yeah, does DS need to play better? Of course. But did we even schematically put ourselves in a position from which he can be featured to do so? Hell no. We didn't even try. So I'm not going to blame him. I'm going to blame Darvin, because Darvin's supposed to put him in positions to do more. But Darvin's rendered him into a back-of-the-bench role as to which you can't get the most out of him, and his production is not realized. No different than all the other players he's mismanaging on this team. Lonnie Walker, did you get any production from him tonight? Nah, he's sitting on your bench. Max Chris, you get any production from him tonight? Nah, he's sitting on your bench. Mo Bamba, you get any production from him? Nah, he's sitting on your bench. These are all players that can contribute to helping you win this game. These are all players that if you would have played them like you should have, they would have won this game. Tillman ain't going for no damn 10 for 13 if Mo Bamba's long arms and Anthony Davis's long arms are down there guarding him at the same time. He's not going to be able to do it. It's not possible. That stuff is only possible if you leave yourself small enough to allow him to happen. That offensive rebound that we let Tillman get down the stretch of the game, that was down there because we didn't have a rebounder down there to get it. You know what I'm saying? Like that offensive rebound sealed the game. He only got that because he was taller than everybody on the floor. Like these type of things like, yo, yes, did they make the big play down the stretch and the crowd goes wild? Yeah, but did we even put ourselves in a position to stop it from happening? Hell nah, we left everybody short. So of course he's going to make the big play. It's like that's the type of stuff we did tonight. Just like we've done that stuff all year long. Showcasing our defense to roll the red carpet out for the other team's star. Or in this case, the other team's role players. Darvin Ham set the table for the Memphis Grizzlies to win the home game. And I'm sure they're pleased with him. Because Lord knows we're not. It's trash, bro. His scheme was awful tonight. Utterly awful. You talk about awful, like literally that. Like fireable type garbage. You know, we're looking at these stats. Troy Brown, this man got 11 minutes. Okay. But in the lineup that he put him down there on, could he really succeed when he's down there with DS and Beasley and Rui, and he's supposed to be like what, a quasi big or something, while all the bigs are sitting down? Like, you ever think about what's best for Troy while you put him down there to be a band-aid for your badass lineups? Because, like, I'm looking at his stats, and I'm like, he goes 0 for 1. He attempts 1 shot, 1 3, no turnovers, 1 steal, 2 assists, 1 rebound, and no points. He was running around doing nothing. You didn't even give him no shots to shoot. Yeah, it's like type stupidity, bro. I'm looking at Vanderbilt. Okay, 3 for 5. I like that. Like I said, those 3 shots he got was the LeBron James trying to work around the defense and then him getting the layup off of the pass. It was a very, very intricate puzzle trying to figure out that adjustment. So I think Vando and Bron really worked that out. And it was really the only thing we could get for ourselves. It was at least the only thing we were trying to do. It was like it's one of those situations where it's like, all right, you can either try to get in the paint while they're doing this, or you can settle for 3-point shots. I thought we did the right thing by trying to get in the paint in the second half, and I liked that. And because of it, we were able to score 27 points in the third quarter, 22 in the second quarter. So we, they played great defense, man. The Grizzlies played some great defense. So that's where the credit should go. Our field goals, 35 out of 85, 41%. That didn't even tell the story. We shot a lot worse than that. 7 out of 26 from 3, 26% from the 3C. You know what I'm saying? It's like we couldn't shoot the three. D'Lo was cold. Everybody was cold. I mean, there wasn't really anybody that could hit it except for Rui. He was the only one able to hit it. Everybody else on the team was cold. All of them. So it's like, if you can't get nothing going on from behind the arc, your free throw shooting 76%. You let them get 11 offensive boards even though you got them. For those who don't want to play Bamba. You see this garbage? 11 offensive rebounds we gave a Memphis Grizzly team without Steven Adams, without Brandon Clark, without John Morant. They had 11 offensive rebounds while y'all want to sit here and act like this is okay. Like Mo Bamba is so bad that he shouldn't be out there. Meanwhile, we're leaning on players that can't help us. It's like, and people get on TV and they really serious. Like, we don't need to play Mo Bamba. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking? Look at this crap. You telling me we don't need to play Mo Bamba? 47-49 Grizzly rebounds. 47-49. They out rebounded us. They have half the bigs on their roster. We got twice as many bigs on our roster, and we let them match our offensive board total. 21-24 assists. We weren't really able to get around their defense. I credit a lot of that to them breaking up what we were doing and playing, doing their homework on us and strategizing the way to break up what it is that we do. The Grizzlies were 11 for 36, 3-point shooting, 38 for 89, field goal shooting. So they were a much better shooting team than we were, even though I think they attempted more threes than they probably would like to on a given night, which is why they only scored 103 points, which on most nights is not going to even get you close enough to beat us. So that's encouraging. They're going to have to keep playing this defense on the road in order to stop us, and they're going to need all our players to stay cold at home, which actually ain't the worst bet in the world when you consider it's anxiety arena. But nevertheless, this series heads back to L.A., and Darvin Ham's attention to detail must be put in question when you look at the type of adjustments that were made here. I mean, you had things that were working and you stepped away from them to do stuff that didn't. That's basically what I see here. You went to Malik Beasley like he was helping you. You know damn well that boy can't help you defensively at all. It's as if you even care about that. Lord knows we're the best defensive team in the league, so clearly we got it all under control. But this was a good effort from my players. Once again, even though a couple guys just couldn't get it going like Anthony Davis and D'Angelo Russell, it was a good effort. But our overall coaching scheme was just loser bullcrap, bro. It's loser bullcrap. You're going to lose most of your games if you strategize like we did in that second quarter. When you put that type of rotation on the floor and send it out there against a team that's surging in their home court, when they're down 0-1 in the playoffs, you're going to give them that? You need to be fired for that, Darvin. I kid you not, brother. I was sitting there watching this game like, yo, this game is over at halftime. It was over at halftime. And the reason why I felt it was over at halftime is because no matter what we were going to do to fight back in the game, it was a schematic disadvantage that we created for ourselves by the way that we were scheming, and I knew we weren't going to do nothing to stop it. I knew that because we created the problem by putting the certain things on the floor in unnecessary ways and foregoing opportunities to help ourselves just the same. The free Mo Bamba. This is absolutely ridiculous. This is a second young center that this coach has rendered useless. First, it was Thomas Bryant. Boy went for 35 points, damn near didn't miss a shot, and then couldn't get on the floor a week later. Got so bad he had to get the hell out of here. He's with Denver right now. And this coach is doing the same thing to Mo Bamba. We need everything Bamba would naturally do. Everything that he would naturally do, we need. And this coach like, nah, let's go to somebody that ain't going to help us at all. Here, Beasley, get in there, shoot a bunch of threes. Targeting opportunities to get the ball to Beasley while he bricks shots and then proceed to watch everything go wrong while he's on the floor at the same time. Everything. Turnover there. Boom. Lay up there. Boom. Offensive rebound there. Lay up there. It's like, how much of this crap are you going to watch, Darvin? How much? We're in the playoffs, brother. This ain't the regular season no more. And he just sitting there with his interesting lean, sitting there just like clueless, bro. And you just get angry looking at him. It's the same thing that happened to me as I was watching Vogel last year. Every day it just gets harder and harder to stand there and watch that person standing there. It gets harder and harder to appreciate their presence because of the stuff that they allow their teams to do. And that's where it's getting for me. I'm getting tired of seeing them stand there. Seriously. So that's how I feel after this game, man. All the credit goes to the other team. You know, I'm giving the game ball to Xavier Tillman, best player on the floor tonight. Shout out to John Conchar, I believe is his name. who had the best block that I've ever seen anybody have on Anthony Davis tonight, and then proceeded to go ahead and do it again, just for good measure. He definitely protected his house tonight. So that's really what it was, man. I think the Memphis Grizzlies fans should be very proud of their team. I had a lot to say about their team, and they shut me up because they played better than mine, and my coach was stupid tonight, so we lost as usual when that happens. So yeah, man, kudos to the better coach. Like I said, it really does come down to just the coaching for me. And I thought that Taylor Jenkins showed us how fantastic of a coach he is when it comes to these playoff adjustments. He yet again showed us he did some good things and wiped the floor with Darvin Ham. So that's really where my head's at, man. That's exactly where my head's at. I'm not very happy at all. I feel dejected watching that garbage. But I also understand where the credit should definitely go, and it starts with the defense of the Memphis Grizzlies, and it ends with the offense of the Memphis Grizzlies. No question about it. That's what I have to say about that. I don't even really want to talk too much. I'm so angry. I really am. I'm very angry because this is the exact same thing that I thought I would see. The very worst case scenario when you find yourself at an advantage. Forget disadvantage. No, it's the opposite. When you have an advantage and your coach sees that advantage and says, no, we must play down. Let me even up the score somehow. Is that Josh sitting over there in street clothes? Okay, cool. Let's make sure we have Beasley on the floor a little more. Let's make sure we run all our offense through Vanderbilt as much as possible. It's like, is AD having an off night? Cool. Leave him out there to shoot more. And then from there, we're going to try to make sure we do everything that doesn't work. Is that Beasley? Yeah, let's bring Beasley back in. Who's that? Troy's doing nothing, right? Okay, keep him on the floor for a little longer. Is that Rui scoring, right? Rui's doing good. Okay, sit him down. Who's that? D'Lo? Yep, D'Lo's struggling. All right, keep him on the floor. Let's run our offense through him. It's like this type of crap that I'm sitting here watching. I'm just like, bro, is he betting on these games against us or something? Is he trying to lose for real? Like, I have to wonder because all of this stuff is going to look bad if your stats guy comes up to you and shows you on paper what this is projected to look like. He's going to tell you, this is all going to fail. Do we not have a stats guy? Like, that's where I'm at with it. That's where I'm at with it. We have one of the best rosters the Lakers have assembled in 35 years. And we got a 5-year-old holding a controller. That's what it is, honestly. It's a God's honest truth. This roster is deeper than any team I've seen in my lifetime with the LA Lakers. We've had top-heavier teams and all that, but not as much productive players as we have right here. And each and every human being is capable of producing on a regular basketball floor. And we've shrunk our bench as if we got Cleveland's bench or Phoenix bench. I need Darvin gone at the end of the series if we lose it. I'm telling you right now. He got to go. No, I tell y'all, and I feel the same way from the beginning of the playoffs, and I'll say the same thing till the end. The only thing that'll make me want to keep this dude around is if we win the championship, bro. The only thing, because the way I see it is most coaches would likely get that far with this team. You give Taylor Jenkins this roster, give Monty Williams this roster. Keep naming the coaches. That's the problem. We can keep doing that. That ain't going to stop. So that's where I'm at with it. I just think we got the worst coach in the game right now. We really do. The best roster in the game, but the worst coach in the game. At the same time, and you're seeing it level out to mediocrity. That's what it is. That's all it is. We've seen it level itself out. If anybody else had this thing, we'd be gone. With all this damn length on this team, with all these shooters, with all these options, flying. This guy want to lean into the stuff that absolutely don't work. We only got like 3 or 4 things that doesn't work. It's a great team. It's only a few things you can go to that don't work. You got to be seeking out crap that doesn't work in order to lose with this damn roster. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You got to be fine. You got to find it. With all the damn size we got, it'd be too easy to get easy rebounds and easy buckets and stuff with a team like this. Constantly going to Rui and Winyan and then AD and Braun. You ain't never going to have no situations where you only rebound 40-something rebounds. Are you kidding me? With a roster like this, you got to be seeking out ways of being small to get small. We only got 2 short players. This is what I'm talking about. That's why it makes me wonder if people betting against us. Because it's like it's only a few ways to lose. They ain't got John Morant. They ain't got Adams. They ain't got none of that shit. And we still losing. That's why I'm like, yo, I'm cool on what I'm seeing. I like my core. I like my roster. But it's always capped off at the end of the day. As much as I want to believe in us winning the championship, I don't feel like we're that close to a championship when I see games like this in the playoffs. I don't feel like we're close to a championship when I watch 2 straight quarters in the playoffs of this guy going to the same stuff that does not work each time and then watching it go down when we've seen already this same thing happening 80 times in a row. 80 times in a row. That's a lot of times, bro, to try something and see it not work. So that's why I'm like, bro, I'm so tired of this team and these schemes and this small ball. Our GM has been so gracious to us to almost eliminate small ball from our roster completely, but it was still one thing to do. We thought it would be harmless to bring ourselves Malik Beasley's contract because it was a means to an end. We can get all those other things if we just sat on that damn contract, and it was worth it. Except for one problem. Your coach, yo. It was the same problem we had with Russell Westbrook. It's the same problem we have now. We had the same problem with Patrick Beverly. The coach, man, he wants to use these players like they're Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James. As if the things that they're naturally going to do don't eat away at the productivity of his roster. The productivity of his score. All you got to do, and I say this to you guys every single night, all you got to do is look at the score. You ain't even got to look at what happens. Just look at the score when he puts Beasley in the game in that rotation with Beasley. Just look at the score. It's going to go down. It's going to decrease every single time. So that's it. He went to that when we were already down, and we dug ourselves a hole that we couldn't overcome. That was it. Usually we dig ourselves a hole, and either you can come out of it or not. That's the way the Lakers roll. That's how it works. We either get out to a slow start that we need to pull ourselves out of, blow the lead because the second unit comes in and digs us the hole, or both. Or both. But either way, he going to find a way to dig some kind of hole. He going to pull a shovel out of somewhere every single game. And this is why the Lakers struggle like they do. It ain't got nothing to do with the players at all. It has to do with his schemes. Because the players will cover each other's mistakes. That 1-for-9 early stuff, we could have overcome that easily. With Anthony Davis' scoring issues, could have been overcome, bro. I promise you, that wasn't the biggest deal in the world. D'Lo's issues, we got guards all over this roster. You just put the ball in AD's hands, put the ball in HBK's hands, and you don't even have those problems. We can remove Schroeder and D'Lo and still not have no issues with ball handling if we really want to. You just put the ball in Austin's hands. HBK, Hillbilly Kobe. You just put the ball in his hands. And so it's like, and Rui is 2 for 3. Should that not have been 5 for 6, just like last time? Didn't give him enough shots. The guy was killing it out there. You didn't give him enough shots. It's like all this production. I'm telling you, Mo Bamba is the most egregious aspect of all of this, because of what his height and skill set and rebounding can bring to the table. It is fireable. Seeing him get no minutes when we had the problems we were having with Tillman tonight. Fireable. So that's how I feel, man. I'm glad y'all allow me to vent like I do, man. I'm not even in my normal state. I almost forgot I'm holding a camera. That's how angry and how real this energy is you're getting from me. I don't even feel like I'm holding my camera. I'm just walking around my house pissed off about my Lakers not playing well, and my coach strategizing that into existence. That's what that was. He strategized us right into playing poorly. You know, D'Lo and his foot, he had to be managed. AD and his inefficiency, he was being schemed against really well. Good defense was being applied to him, and we did not adjust very well. But I want to get on AD. I got to get on him. I don't feel like I'm right for not getting on him. We just need him to not be pleased with just being awesome on the defensive end. Because as you can see, if you don't go for 50 and 60 points, they're going to be nice like this. They're going to be nice like this, bro. You have to overcome your coach, Anthony Davis. You know. I saw it. I saw the exchange. I saw it. We all did. You have to overcome him, bro. Because at the end of the day, he believes in what he's doing. And it's going to lead us to failure if you don't help us overcome it. That's it. That's the truth. He believes in what he's doing. Bron played as well as he could. But Bron is not in the space where he can overcome that. He can't. I thought he played excellent tonight. He's not able to mask those problems. Anthony is able to. And look, D'Lo, bro, I'm telling you, you got to be honest with yourself in regards to these calluses, bro. Are you hurting your team? You have to say yes. You have to believe me when I tell you the answer is yes, bro. When you come out and play lethargic, and then your three doesn't fall, and then you're not defending nobody, it's not enough going on with you on the floor. It's not enough energy coming out of you, exerting out of you to match the energy and the pressure of the other team. It's like they get to run into something a lot less forceful, is what I saw. It was like watching Jordan Poole against Sacramento last night. It's just not enough energy coming out of you, bro. You're almost like a marshmallow man while everybody else is coming full force like the Flash. You need to be a Flash-like character. Flash-like character. You got to be moving with a lot more velocity, and that's just not his natural game, especially when his foot is hurting. So for me, it's like I understand this instinctually, so I'm going to be pulling his minutes down to about 16 minutes while that foot's messed up, and I'm pushing Dennis Schroeder, Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, Mo Bamba, and anybody else that I would trust in this lineup, which is pretty much everybody, honestly. Everybody. That's the point. Lonnie, all of these people would be getting minutes. I need force on the rim. Why am I benching Lonnie Walker? Lonnie Walker dunks as hard as anybody on this team. He can fly, bro. Fast break points. Constant pressure on the rim. That's what he does. He looked like he needs to be on the Kings because that's how they move. You think he would help us with that? Of course he would. If we played him tonight, he probably had 30 points. 4 out of 7 threes, just like always. Production unrealized. Malik Beasley got his shots, though. And it doesn't matter if he can't play defense, apparently, for whatever reason, even though I can't seem to figure out why his defensive liabilities concerns are less of a problem than, more of a problem than Lonnie's, or less of a problem than Lonnie's. Apparently, Lonnie's defensive lapses are just more so a problem for some reason. I don't know how that works. I mean, if Beasley's not going to contribute to the offensive end, he's not doing a thing. If D'Lo ain't contributing to the offensive end, he's pretty much not doing a thing. Lonnie has that same problem. Why is he not getting the same respect? Max don't even have that problem. Bamba definitely doesn't have that problem. Why are our two-way players sitting on the bench? Scottie Pippen's a two-way player. He's sitting on the bench. Why are my two-way guys sitting on the bench for one-way guys? Vando's a one-way guy. We put Vando on the floor. All he can do is defend perimeter players. That's literally all he's doing. In the paint, he's a layup line. Tillman shot half them layups over him. We need to be honest about Vanderbilt and put Rui in the starting lineup because we need what Rui does in that starting lineup more than we need Vando's possibility of maybe catching the ball sometimes. Sometimes. I'm sorry, fam. We need to be honest about Vanderbilt. He is a big part of the problem. We can't go to him. He's doing nothing unless he's doing something off the ball that stops the defense or something off the ball, maybe catching a rebound or something. It's wonderful. It really is. But I can't be going to that over and over again as if he's a reliable source of anything other than randomness. He's a reliable source of randomness. So why the hell am I going to him all the damn time? Let's just be honest about this. He is a specialty weapon just like Malik is, and we're overusing him. You're supposed to be leaning on people who can do more for you more of the time. Not maybe do some stuff for you. A lot of the time, those things don't work, but maybe that 1-2 times, those are the things that could just blow the game open. I'm not leaning on those odds. Those odds are terrible for me. That's 2 out of 10. Why am I leaning on that? I know why. Because it's not my brain in control. It's Darvin's. That's why I'm leaning on that. If my brain were in control of these things, you'd be seeing different things, and we would probably have won the game. Just being honest. I mean, literally had a size advantage the whole night. They only got 2 damn bigs. They only got 2 bigs. They were down a whole superstar point guard. You know what I'm saying? A whole superstar. In a playoff game where we up 0-1. And of course, naturally, the Los Angeles Lakers are going to play to the level of the opponent. Not because the roster is stupid, not because the players can't get it right. No. Because the guy holding the controller does not have any clue how to help his team. So that's really what it is, man. If only we had a decent coach, our roster would be phenomenal. And if only we had players that had real desire to dominate. Anthony Davis, D'Angelo Russell, man, I don't know what type of energy D-Lo gave me tonight. Even though you in pain, bro, it's the playoffs. Do you have any heart? Damn. I'm looking down there, he just, shot not falling. I'm like, if I got $100 million on the line this summer, I'm kicking somebody if I can't hit a shot. I'm going to act like Dylan Brooks. I'm doing something. To help my team, bro. I just didn't get playoff energy from D'Angelo Russell tonight. I really didn't, man. I understand he's hurting, but I didn't get that. And I'm going to go back to Dennis Schroeder. With the 16 minutes you're giving, bro, you got to be more aggressive. And that doesn't mean jacking up shots. So I'm not really sure how you do that. But the production we got from you tonight in limited minutes gave us nothing. And we needed something. We really needed something from Dennis Schroeder. He's too damn good to give me nothing. Some of them other dudes on the roster, they're not good enough to expect anything from them a lot of the time. Like, for example, Vando. I may not get no points out of Vando. Troy. I may not get no points out of Troy. Malik. I may not get no points out of Malik. I need to get something out of Schroeder. That has to happen every night. So part of that is on the coach for how he's utilized Schroeder or lack thereof. Trying to work D-Lo into the equation, overusing D-Lo, overusing Beasley just because they make more money on some stupid crap. And then put them in a position to be righteously used properly so that D-Lo can get back into the position to get his regular 30 minutes a game so he can actually provide us that pressure on the rim and them layups and them hit free throws that we always missing. Shooting 76% from the free throw line, one of your best free throw shooters ain't even getting to the line. These type of things is like, you're in the playoffs or is this preseason? Which is it, Darvin? Which is it? Can't tell. He schemes the same way either way. So, this is where we at, man. I ain't got a whole lot of patience to really give any more of this other than to start cussing, so I'm going to stop. I'm just going to stop. That's where we're going to end this video. I forgot the Kobe minute salute. All of this crap is bad, man. All of it. The Lakers did not play well in Game 2. So, that's where we're at. Burn the tape, I guess, or study it. I don't know. But the Lakers definitely are going to benefit from 3 days rest. And we'll try this again on Saturday. Hopefully the Lakers will be ready. Hopefully John Moran will be healthy for his sake, so we can have no excuses there. Again, Memphis gets a lot of the credit here, man. You know, like I said, Tillman gets that game ball for sure. On his career night in the playoffs, you love seeing young players step up, especially when they're undermanned. You start seeing what's in their chest. You start seeing what they're made of. Tillman's made of the right stuff. So that's what I wanted to say, man. That's really what it is. Jaren Jackson played great, too. Defensive Player of the Year. Got to give him his credit. They took care of home court, man. Without their big dog, the Lakers played right into their hands, dumbed it down real good for them, and they ran through the door like they're supposed to. BDL 44. I thank you all for watching.